I'm here. I don't know how you expect me to get any work done with you calling up every 5 minutes and sounding hysterical.
I am not hysterical. But if I were, I would have every right to be. You know what? You know СиСи is trying to keep Brandon away from me. Isn't there anything I can do?
Nothing. Not unless he was, like, speaking in anger and he threatened you and he'll get over it. I don't...
That's what I keep telling myself. I mean, he can't really be that mad just because I kept Brandon here instead of his being at camp for a couple of days. He can't really be that mad, can he? You know, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. I warned you about this. If he's serious, he has justification. I don't want to hear this from you. I don't care what you warned me about. The only thing I want to hear from you is what you can do to make sure СиСи can't stop me from seeing Brandon.
I only have so many avenues open to me. I mean, I'm empowered to do certain things by the law, but I'm restricted in other ways, okay?
So what you're really saying is that you're afraid to stand up to СиСi. That's it, isn't it? All right. Fine, if you are. That's fine. I'll just handle it myself, like I do everything else. I'm used to it by now. I don't know why I even asked you to help me, Keith. Why did you go? Why didn't you just go back to work? Or why didn't you just go to hell?
Hey, Pearl, you come in here a second, please? Listen, I got a favor. I need you to deliver something for me.
What's that?
This letter. I want you to do it in person, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I look like a messenger boy? I thought I was hired out as to be a detective here.
Well, you just got promoted to jack of all trades.
Oh, well,
please consider yourself congratulated.
It's Eden. That's something different. Do you want I should, like, wait for an answer? Huh?
No, I just want you should deliver it, okay?
If this is about you two getting back together, which I think is where you belong, then I think that's terrific. I hope to be instrumental in whatever way necessary to help you out of this thing.
You just deliver it, please.
Yeah, right, I will.
Appreciate it, pal.
Right, Pearl.
Well, things are coming back to you. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I can remember the cabin now and the surrounding area pretty clearly.
I really think that's wonderful. You should be very excited.
It's not enough. There's so much more that I need to know. I can picture you in the cabin. I need to know what our relationship was like.
I told you we were just friends.
Well, talk to me about that then. Be specific. Help me get at this. Half memories aren't going to help me at all. I want it all.
Well, Kane, you were very kind to me. You did things for me that made me feel better about myself. Oh, okay. There was one time you bought me a dress. It was really beautiful. It had little flowers and on my birthday, you painted this banner for me. It said, "Happy Birthday, Eden." And you got balloons. I don't even know where you got them, but you did. You kept me from being discouraged. Does any of this help at all, or?
There was a general store I used to buy the supplies at, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
And I remember buying lipstick and makeup.
Yes, you did. For my birthday.
And a comb. I remember buying a brush or a comb for your hair. Your beautiful hair.
I cannot believe how terrific you are. You are driving that van all by yourself.
You drove it like she's been driving it for years. I
know.
can't believe it.
Well, I don't deserve any credit. I mean, the way you had it modified, it's a breeze. Thanks.
Oh, don't be silly. I would do anything in the world to make it comfortable and easy for you.
Oh, I just can't believe how easy it is to drive.
I just wish you would let Frank take you wherever you want to go.
Oh, no. I feel much more independent doing it myself.
And I really appreciate you doing it for me, Dad.
Well, it's only temporary, just until you start walking again.
You really believe that?
Baby, I've never known you not to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You just don't give up, that's the answer.
Well, I don't intend to give up.
Okay, now that you're driving, I expect to be taken to the hairdresser, shopping, lunch,
Oh, right. You want me to be your own personal slave.
Great idea.
Have I told you how proud I am of you?
Not in the last minute and a half.
Hi, Pearl.
Is there a Miss Eden Capwell in residence here?
Miss Capwell is right here.
There she is.
Hello.
Thank you, Miss C. Mr. C, how you doing?
Mr. P, how are you doing?
All right. I have a message to deliver from a Mr. Cruz Castillo for a Miss Eden Capwell. I'm told I need not wait for an answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's very nice to see you again, folks.
You too.
I couldn't show myself out. I used to be in my job, you know.
Bye, Pearl.
Haven't you finished filling out that application yet?
Are you kidding? They wanted the history of my life. History takes a long time. I really don't understand. What do you need all this stuff here? Look. Just list all the places that you've lived in the last 10 years. Now, how am I going to remember all the places I've lived in the last 10 years?
Helps when you've had a stable life.
Horses have stable lives. People move around.
Why don't you put that on your application? See if the police department really has a sense of humor.
I don't think so. I'd like to get accepted. I don't want to take that chance, you know? Take a look at him. You know, it really drives me crazy to see this guy walking around loose. This guy that tried to take Victoria's and Julia's babies. Gotta be doing time someplace. Well, when I become a cop, my man, I'm gonna do something about that. Jane.
Hmm?
So I get this idea like you're like not totally all happy about me becoming a police officer and joining the force.
Well, to be honest, it's not the career I'd have chosen for you.
Why? You don't think it's good enough?
I don't think it's safe enough. I'm already starting to have these nightmares about you being a policeman. You know, me getting a call saying that you've been shot or killed or something.
Well, I'd like to find a way to reassure you, but bad things happen to police because they put their lives on the line every single day. And if they didn't, who would? Where would the rest of us be without them?
I'm not saying they don't serve a useful purpose. Soldiers do, too, but I wouldn't want you to go to war and get killed there either.
Well, so what kind of a job would you have in mind for me that would let me live forever?
Never mind. Look, it's what you want to do, and that's what's important. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Look, whatever you want to do, I will stand behind you.
Jane, you're a VSP, very special person.
I know. And I'm glad you finally figured that out.
I guessed a long time ago. All right, I gotta get down to the police department, hand this thing in here. I want you to stay right here because we're going out tonight to celebrate.
Wait a minute, you're just filling out an application. I mean, you haven't even been accepted yet.
Well, it never hurts to celebrate. I may get turned down. See you later.
Great, you're back. Did you see Eden?
Yep.
Well, did you give her the message?
Yep.
Okay. Did she say anything?
Just thanks.
Did she read it?
No.
Pearl, what is this? Be kind to monosyllables week?
I love it when you get anxious like that. I just love it. Listen, yeah. Well, I was there, and she was with СиСи and Sophia, and I gave her the gift, and she took the gift, and she said thank you, and I said thank you. I said hello, goodbye. She said hello, goodbye. You want more?
No. Just Come here, put your finger on this thing, will you?
Did I do good? Did I do good?
Yeah, fine. You did fine. Thanks a lot.
That's great. Well, I hope that what was ever in that envelope did the trick, you know? Is this for her, too?
Anybody ever tell you you ask a lot of questions?
I do? So anyway, what's with this Eleanor Norris? When's she coming back this afternoon? Do you want me to rephrase that as a statement?
You can't help yourself, are you? You're totally compulsive. I mean, Ellen, put your finger in here, will you?
Yeah, Kate, just don't...
I don't know what happened. Leave it in there for a second. Be brave, all right? She didn't call in. She didn't check in. I don't know where she is.
I've had suspicions about her for quite some time. I remember with the Kane medication, right? His reaction to that, now the phone call,
too.
all that
stuff.
stuff.
There's some fishy going on, but if we keep digging, we'll get to the bottom of it.
If we keep digging, from the very beginning, I suspected this woman. Very beginning.
Mess, man.
It is. It's terrible. It looks terrible.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's great. Couldn't be better, in fact. How do you like our gift wrapping job?
Very impressive. Is it for me?
Sorry. Maybe next time. Listen, Pearl, I want you to deliver this to Eden, too, and as soon as possible.
Well, why don't I just set up shop over there?
Why don't you just do me a favor? It's one afternoon out of your life, and I'll owe you, okay? I'll see you later, Ellen. Darling, I want you to start thinking about the day of our engagement. Remember what a truly special day that was. Keep thinking about it until 8 o'clock tonight. Then come to the gazebo. I'll be waiting for you. All my love.
Figure out is that why a guy like you would want to be in the police force. I mean, here you are, you're running a restaurant, you're raising a kid. Aren't you busy enough?
Wait a minute, why do I have to give my explanations to you? Is this some kind of a pre-interview screening?
Well, I thought they were just a couple of simple questions. It's odd that you're just so defensive about it.
I'm not defensive, I'm suspicious. All right, I'll give you an answer. I'm doing it because I want to.
Well, that shows that you're willful, but not qualified. I mean, what have you done that qualified? Oh, you were at a circus, weren't you?
Yeah, and I drove race cars, too. What of it?
And you also ran a casino for СиСи, not into the ground, but at least into the water. So I don't think that exactly qualifies you for a police officer, does it?
Oh, I see. Well, the fact that I desire to be one, I understand, qualifies me. The training I get from the academy, sir.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what do you get out of it? I mean, what's your motivation, as they say? I mean, you give us designer clothes, espadrilles, you know what I mean? The unshaven face. You want excitement. Is that it?
You're an insulting guy. A couple of things I'd like to mention, too.
Well, at least I'm honest. Why don't you be honest with me? What is this? Is this a whim? I mean, we really don't need transients in this department.
I really don't like justifying myself, especially not to you. But I'll tell you this much. When Johnny was missing, I found out how important the police are, or can be. And the few times I've seen you in action, sir, been able to realize just how damn essential an honest police force can be to the innocent people. Therefore, I would like to be a police officer so I can hang around to help people who need help. How's that?
It's noble. That's very noble. That's commendable. I mean, honestly, if you were somebody else, I'd give you my blessing, my Jedi sword, and say, may the force go with you. But, you know, there's something about you. There's just a character flaw here. I mean, you know, a cop needs a level head, and you just don't have it. You have an uncontrollable temper, boy. I mean, you punched out a district attorney, which he'll never forget.
Oh. Which I must say he had coming, sir.
Now, let's not get into personalities, okay? I'm just telling you it was a bad mistake because I can't give you a character reference. I mean, the last thing this force needs is a guy with a badge, a gun, and an uncontrollable temper.
You'd really like me to take a swing at you right now, wouldn't you? Oh, come on, sure you would. Then you'd kill all the chances that I have, right? Well, I guess I just can't do you any favors today, my friend. So if you want to block my application or try.
No.
Oh, listen. No, my guess. Try. Go ahead. Any way you'd like. Okay? Catch you later, huh?
Good.
Hi. I was just going to bring you your phone messages.
Well, that's okay. I generally find them if you just leave them on the corner of the desk there.
Well, I was just trying to be helpful, not officious.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have anything special you want me to do?
No. Actually, I don't, so you can go on home.
No, I wish I could, but I have all the paperwork on the Ashton wiretap case to work up. I probably have another couple hours ahead of me.
Okay.
So, you maybe want to grab something to eat since you're working late, too?
No, I can't do that. I've got to get out of here in a little while.
Hot date?
What, are we getting personal here?
I asked you if you had a date. I mean, what's personal about that?
Well, I don't know. It just sounds kind of personal to me. And actually, what I'd like to do right now is make a private phone call, and I was hoping to do it in private.
Oh, well, I wouldn't dream of keeping you from making it.
Thanks. I just want to make sure the whole shebang is set up at the Capwell Gazebo at 7:30 tonight.
Hi! It's me again. Eating the ramen.
Not a delivery?
Yep. I should have been a store.
She's out in the backyard or garden or whatever they call it with her
Oh,
mother.
back there.
They should be in a minute. I'll go get them.
No, it's okay. You mind if I sit down and wait?
No.
No?
From Cruz?
Yeah. Good. Yeah. It's nice weather we're having, huh? Smoggless, surf's up. So anyway, well, what do you know about this Eleanor Norris chick?
We've had this conversation before.
Hey, you remember?
Yeah.
She's not bad looking, huh?
I guess not.
Hmm?
There's something about her, though.
What do you mean there's something about?
I don't know. Just get a certain feeling from her.
Uh-huh. Like maybe you knew her a while ago? Something?
I don't remember. That's not saying much, though. You know, I don't remember a lot.
Yeah, but you're improving.
I'm remembering bits and pieces.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? Maybe I did know her at one time. Why are you so interested?
What? Oh, I'm just interested in about everything. That's why I'm a good detective.
You like that kind of work?
I kind of make it a point to like whatever I do as long as I'm doing it, you know.
That's a good philosophy.
Yeah, but what's your philosophy? I mean, what do you do?
I wish I knew. I'm not very good at just sitting around.
Hey, listen, who is? Huh? There she is. There.
Hi, what are you doing back here again?
Well, I'm on my final mission, and it is complete. I guess you don't have to guess who that's from, huh?
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Now that I'm done, I'll say sayonara.
See you later.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Well, you think with all the messages and gifts that it was your birthday today. It isn't, right?
Oh, no, it's not my birthday. Wonder what it is.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Will I help?
No, I think I probably should open it in private. I mean, I don't know what it is or anything. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll take a hike.
Thanks.
Right on the dot, as usual. Please come in.
I'm honored. I know you don't let just everyone come in here. Just every other one.
Let's not start this off by insulting each other. Please sit down. Is there something I can offer you?
Yes, a quick wrap-up of this meeting. I'd like to get it over with as soon as possible.
That's the way you want it. On the phone, you said you wanted to discuss Brandon with me. I hope everything's all right.
No, everything isn't all right, and you know it. So why don't we stop beating around the bush,
All right. I know it was wrong to keep Brandon here secretly.
Yes, and to call me faking that you were a camp counselor of sorts.
That, too. I'm really sorry that you're so upset. Brandon was terribly unhappy at camp. He came, he knocked on my door after he'd run away, and he wanted to stay here. We had such a good time together, СиСи. We pretended this was camp, and we cooked out. We did arts and crafts. Look, he made this for you. It's an ashtray. He wanted to put your initials on it. He wanted me to get him a soldering gun so he could put your initials on it, but I was afraid he'd hurt himself. He's really very gifted.
Gina, would you please shut up?
I'm sorry. Look, I know you came here to say a few things to me, and I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
I have given this whole episode and all the other episodes a great deal of thought, and I've come to a decision.
You have?
I know we've gone back and forth about Brandon, but I think I'm going to stop vacillating right now and take legal steps to make sure you never see him again.
No, you can't do that. Brandon loves me. You threaten to do this sort of thing all the time, СиСи, but you don't really mean it.
No, Gina, I do mean it. It's just, I just weakened all the time. I've let people talk me out of it, but that's not the case now. I'm going to get a restraining order to make sure you stay away from him.
You can't do that. I won't let you. Why are you being so vindictive?
Why don't you just think logically for the first time in your life and realize how much havoc you've created with my family since the first minute you stepped into my house?
You brought me into that house, СиСi. But I guess I just served your purposes better in those days.
Well, if you did, which I hardly believe you don't now. See, you victimize everybody you come in contact with. And I'm not about to let you put Brandon on top of that list.
I don't hurt Brandon. I never would hurt him.
Oh, Gina. Gina, you've already hurt him. That's how blind you are. You've hurt him by your drug abuse, by dragging different men through the house, by your cheating, by your lying, by your tricks. Infidelity, blackmail, attempted murder.
I made a few mistakes.
Please don't make it even sound funny now.
Don't you realize that everything I did to keep and protect him? And that half of what you've just mentioned right now, you forced me to do. I want you to remember that. And you are hurting him yourself right now because you're trying to take him away from the mother he loves.
Which brings us to another point, Gina. You are not his mother. You've been living in a fantasy world so long, you started to believe it yourself. You're nothing more than his custodian. And I blame myself for giving him to you. I only make one mistake. I don't compound it.
СиСi, wait. You can't threaten me like that and just talk.
I'm going to do whatever I have to do to keep Brandon safe from you. That's all I have to say.
But I have to...
Get your hands off.
You are a sanctimonious hypocrite. Do you know that? You talk about dragging men through my life that's affected Brandon. What about the women you've dragged through his life? What about pitting me and Santana against each other ever since I first came to Santa Barbara? You say you care about him, that you love him. Well, I don't believe it. Because if you did, you'd be more in touch with his feelings. You'd realize how much Brandon loves me. How much he believes I'm his mother.
Maybe we can change that, too. Maybe it's time I knew the truth.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
By God, I will if you don't stay away from him. No, I'm warning you now, Gina. I will do everything I've just said.
Because we spent a few days together. Because we had some fun. Do you think he'll stop loving you because he loves me? Is that what this is all about?
No, that's not what it's about. What it's about is that you are an unfit mother and an unfit person. And I don't want Brandon seeing you anymore.
СиСi, please. СиСi, please. Please. Please.
So, did she open it?
No, I was there. I mean, I just handed it to her and I left. Those were the directions.
Okay. How did she seem?
Fantastic, man. I've never seen her in a better mood. I mean, I must confess, I know you guys are happening. I can feel it. You're coming together. I can feel it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And while I was there, guess what? I talked to Kane. He seems to be getting more and more of his memory back, huh?
Did you mention Eleanor to him?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't get the first base on that one. But I asked him if he'd ever known her in his past. He said he couldn't remember. But somehow I feel they are connected nevertheless, you know?
I wonder if they knew each other well.
Oh, I know they did, man. I know they did. I mean, every time I bring up a name, he acts weird.
What do you mean? What does he say?
It's not what he says. It's how he acts.
About?
You sure? Boss, why don't you just call and ask her to come on over?
The broad knows how I feel about it. She knows that I'll never stop loving her. The next move is hers.
I'd like to see the little lady walking through that door right now.
Yeah, well, just so she shows up at the gazebo tonight, I'll be happy. Here's looking for you, kid.
Well, actually, I guess a little to the left of where I left her. Ooh. Ooh, what a neck. A neck like Helen of Troy. Could launch 1,000 ships. Give me a kiss. Make me immortal. Immortality isn't going to last too long for me, is it? Well, there's a pulse. A light one, sort of a dead one, but a pulse. What's the matter? You allergic to compliments? Allergic to kisses?
What have you done about СиСи?
I'm getting a law passed making him illegal. It's going to take time.
Keith, I'm not feeling real playful. You aren't doing anything, are you?
I'm investigating certain legal precedents.
Which means you aren't doing anything. You're such a rodent. You're the only person I have to turn to, and you're never there.
I was here the last time you turned, okay? You told me you wanted to handle this yourself. You wanted me out of it. So what do you...
And you'd let me, wouldn't you? You'd just stand there and let me do it all by myself. I have no one.
I don't like it when you cry.
No one.
Don't cry, okay? I don't like that.
He's going to take Brandon away from me, Keith. He's going to get a court order stopping me from ever seeing Brandon again. He's going to tell Brandon I'm not his real mother. He's going to destroy my relationship with Brandon forever, and you are going to stand there and you're not going to lift the... You're not going to lift the...
Well, I'll do what I can. For God's sakes, leave me alone, okay?
Then go to him. Go to him and stand up to him instead of standing here like some kind of coward.
You think I'm intimidated by that man?
Intimidated? No, I think you're terrified. I think you're terrified of anybody you can't browbeat, Keith. Because you know what you are? You're a bully. You're not a man.
Should have said that.
Then prove me wrong.
There you are.
Oh.
Looks great. What do you think?
Oh, they're gorgeous, Sophia. Thanks for arranging them.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Well, I'm just glad to be a part of this. Table looks wonderful.
Thanks.
May I just move this over?
What? Oh.
There you go.
I'm having a bad week with forks. So, has she said anything about my invitation?
No, not yet. Not to me, but she's been very quiet all day and very introspective. Now, I think that that's a very good sign.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope she shows up.
So do I. I've got my fingers crossed for both of you.
Yeah, listen, thanks a lot for your help. I couldn't have done this, obviously, without your help. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I just think you two deserve some happiness.
The trick is convincing Eden of that, but I think I'll be able to. Thanks.
Eden? It's almost 6:30. Shouldn't you be getting dressed?
You know about Cruz's invitation?
Mm-hmm. He told me. You're going to go, aren't you?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to recreate the day we got engaged.
And I think that's wonderful, and I think it's romantic.
Well, Mama, you can't recreate the past. It doesn't work.
Yes, you can, Eden. Give it a chance and give him a chance.
I'm afraid.
What? What are you afraid of?
I don't know. I guess that we would try and fail. That I would end up making him miserable.
That could never happen. You could never do that. Would you trust him, and would you trust yourself, please?
I can't.
I just wish there was something I could say to reassure you. I know you're frightened, but you're going to overcome it.
I don't know that for sure.
Well, I'll tell you one thing you can be sure of. You can be sure of Cruz's love for you and your love for him, because it's solid, enduring, and unending. And no matter how long or how hard you try to deny it, it's not going to go away. Haven't you realized that by now?
Octet, I got it. What the hell are you doing here? I thought I made it quite clear I want you in this house.
I convinced your maid that it was urgent.
And I'll get another maid who's not so easily convinced. Get out of here.
No.
I beg your pardon?
Not until I've said what I'm going to say.
You know, trespassing is trespassing. Whether you're a district attorney or a thief. So if you don't get out of here, I'm going to call the cops.
You had no right to threaten Gina with a child.
They were not threats. I don't make threats. I made a warning about what I'm going to do.
You know what she's doing right now?
Packing to leave town, I hope.
No, she's home crying. Is that what makes you feel like a big man? You make a woman cry.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you go home and comfort her instead of bothering decent people?
You had no right to talk to her the way you did.
Did you ever tell me what rights I have when it comes to Gina? And since when are you defending her so much? What are you about? You an advocate of lost causes or something?
I want to guarantee that you're not going to pursue this thing with Brandon. You have her miserable. She's crying. It's enough. Isn't it enough?
Not nearly enough. And as far as I'm concerned, it stays the way I said it. She doesn't see Brandon any longer. And I'll get a court order to make sure of that. Do you hear me?
You think I'm going to let you take that kid away from her? You're crazy. She lives for him.
Well, now she's got you.
You go through with this. You push this. I'm going to fight you every step of the way. With everything I got. For as long as it takes.
With everything you've got? You don't have very much. Would you excuse me? Got a crossword puzzle to do. A lot more important than your feelings or her tears.
You know what you are, СиСи? You're a bully. You throw your weight around with me, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna take you to the Supreme Court, my friend. Okay? We're not gonna roll over, and you're not gonna walk on us.
All right, I tell you what you do then. You go out and you go. Marshal all your forces. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to call it a day.
Well, how about taking a poor working girl out to dinner? And after that, maybe we can have some fun.
Well, thanks, but I don't think so tonight. I'm kind of tired.
Pearl, what's going on here? You've been very cold to me recently.
Well, me? Well, I haven't really meant to be. I'm just, you know, I've had a long day and stuff. I'll tell you what, why don't we take a rain check, and I'll call you some other night, okay? Promise?
Honey,
Yes, darling.
guess what? I think Eden might accept Cruz's invitation for tonight.
You're kidding. Did she say so?
No, but she's thinking about it. And I don't know how she could keep herself away from the gazebo anyway. I mean, curiosity is going to get her there, if nothing else.
What do you think he's going to do?
Well, I know. What he's doing is recreating a romantic evening like the first time that they were engaged. Isn't that great? You should see what he's done at the gazebo. Now, she's frightened. She really is, but I did everything I could to reassure her. What's wrong?
A little worried, that's all.
Come on, what are you talking about? You're telling me that you don't agree that the best thing in the world for them is to be together again?
No, darling, I agree totally. I want that as much as you do, but I'm just wondering maybe we're pushing Eden too hard right now.
I mean, what harm would it do if I just went to the gazebo and listened to what he had to say, right? I mean, what do you think?
I think you're trying to convince yourself more than me.
I'm not trying to convince myself. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't need to convince anybody.
You don't have to be defensive either, but you are.
Sorry I even brought the subject up.
Special delivery for Miss Iden Catway.
You've got a lifetime job, don't you?
Well, I saved the best for last.
Thanks.
You're certainly welcome. And now that I've completed my mission, I'd like to project a note of personality into these proceedings.
Pearl, you're very sweet, but really.
Come on, just hear me out. Hear me out. Have I ever let you down?
Not that I can remember.
Have I ever lied to you?
No.
You and Cruz belong together. I know it, he knows it, and you know it. So why are you wasting so much time apart?
I didn't let him get a word in edgewise. I told him that if he tried to keep Brandon from me, I'd take him to the Supreme Court.
State or federal?
Both. I'd go as high as I could. I told him that he can't go around acting like God, because I'm not going to bow down to him, and neither are you.
Keith, how did you leave it? What did he say?
I left it that he better back off. Or he'd be sorry, that's all.
What did he say about Brandon? Did he say I could keep on seeing him?
Well, he hasn't agreed to anything yet, but I think that
In other words, you accomplished absolutely nothing.
That's not true. He listened to me. He understood that I meant business.
Business as usual, which means absolutely nothing.
You know, that is not fair. It's not grateful. I did my best. Now we have to wait around and hope that he'll change his mind, that's all.
Hope? I don't have any hope left, Keith. If I had a wishing well, I'd drown myself in it.
Yeah, you know, I don't understand you. You asked me to go to bat for you. I went to bat for you. What else do you want?
I didn't ask you to strike out.
Well, I didn't strike out, Your Grace. You know, I went to a lot of trouble to do this. And the reason I went to a lot of trouble is because I know how much you love Brandon. You don't want to lose him. That's... Okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I sound ungrateful. It's just he's so unpredictable. I never know what he's going to do. Even if he gives me his word, it doesn't mean anything.
You know, if it doesn't work out, the way you hope it does. Maybe you and I could have a baby.
What?
Well, yeah, I like kids, and you're crazy about them,
Are you out of your mind?
What?
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
You shouldn't gulp your drinks, because when you do... I don't believe he's here. I tell him to get out of town, and here he is walking around in broad daylight. You that I need, Eden. You've touched something inside me that I thought was dead. I love you. Oh, my God. I was in love with her.
Where are you up to?
I wanted to talk to Eden. I just remembered something that I think is important. I'd like to tell her about it.
Not tonight.
What do you mean?
I mean, leave her alone. She's got a lot to deal with tonight. Please, don't distract her.
I'm Tom Brokaw. In today's complicated world, you need to understand the day's events easily, clearly, completely. That's why at NBC Nightly News, we cover the world with you in mind.